Hello, and welcome to our Mental Health Moments with Education for a Lifetime. My name is David Galvan, and I'm the director of this organization. And we just wanted to let you know about some of our partners that we've been working with over the past few years in the mental health and suicide prevention field, especially during this time with the coronavirus and the quarantine that's been happening, isolation and grief, and those types of things can set in. And we just wanted to let you know about some of our partners who have resources here locally and nationally so that you can make sure that you stay well, stay connected, and stay healthy. We hope that you enjoy this. Please look for us at educationforalifetime.org. Enjoy.
Welcome everyone to our mental health moment. I'm Brittany from Education for a Lifetime, and we just wanted to pull in people from our community who are doing some amazing work around mental health, and just bring in and create a conversation to talk through just what they're seeing, what they're experiencing, and what their organizations offer as we all navigate just the new norm of physical distancing and everything that it brings. So today we have Emily Brady from NAMI, which is the National Alliance of Mental Illness. So Emily, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Brittany. This is wonderful.
Yeah, so tell me a little bit just about you and what you do here in Colorado Springs and for NAMI.
Yeah, so I have been with NAMI since July of last year as an employee, but I've been volunteering for them for almost 4 years. So at NAMI, I am the Family Programs Coordinator. So I oversee all of the family supportive services as well as all of their family education programs.
Yeah, that's awesome. So how has been working from home for you been?
I think it's been an adjustment. I will say that my dogs are loving it, having me home and being able to have nothing but attention from mom. But I think the adjustment, like many have struggled with, that ability to compartmentalize your work. So for me, being able to go to work and then shift gears into my home and personal life when I actually go home, having that shift was helpful, and now I kind of have to make that on my own. So a lot of boundary setting, a lot of just making sure that I'm checking in with myself throughout the day.
Yeah.
But I think everyone's adapting and adjusting as well as they can. So,
totally. I know. The other day I was like, I live in this small little house, and I was like, oh, so my living space is also my office and where I watch TV and where I maybe do a workout. Like, it's all in one room. So I'm like, cool.
I have spent more time in my office than I ever have before. So I guess
there you go.
That's a really good thing. I'm getting really comfortable in this personal space.
Yeah, that's awesome. So what have you done anything like super fun that you're like, oh, I know, like something fun or new while you've been working from home?
Something fun or new. So my husband and I have really enjoyed being able to cook. A lot of times we're really good about meal prepping for the week, but to have a little bit more time to be able to cook dinner every night. And I think we kind of took a spin on it when we check our pantry and we don't have a lot of ingredients or a full supply of what we need. We've just kind of taken that and had fun with it to figure out, okay, so we have these ingredients, what can we make tonight? So that's been kind of fun. Yeah,
that's cool. And it's like a creative outlet.
Absolutely. And time together to connect, which I think for a lot of us, that importance of connecting, whether it be in different ways that we used to connect, either it's virtual or being able to honor the time that we have with our loved ones right now. I think having that time and being able to make the most out of it is really important right now.
Yeah, for sure. Have you gotten to do any like big family Zoom calls or anything?
Not big family Zoom calls. However, we have explored some virtual trivia options and kind of explored some of the games where we can play with friends and family. So that's been kind of fun to get everyone up to speed and kind of try that out. So
that's awesome. On Sunday, we tried to get my mom's side of the family on, and it was like 17 screens with like 30 to 40 people. And it was it was such chaos, but I was like, well, this is what it's like when we're all together. So
yeah, but we're just doing our best, and so I think having fun with it.
Exactly. And it was all for my 86-year-old grandpa who's staying by himself. You know, we're all like not with him, and so all you could see was like his nose sometimes, and we're like, this is awesome.
I just love everything. So
No.
the fact that they're trying, though, the fact that we're trying new
Exactly.
things and kind of taking this as an opportunity, I kind of love that part.
Yeah, me too. I know. I was like, my 86-year-old grandpa figured out how to log into Zoom. This is like the cutest thing ever. I was like, I'm so proud.
Yeah, it's a really good thing to just see people facing their fears and overcoming some of the challenges that they probably would have never achieved before.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah. And being so thankful, like a friend of mine and I were talking, we're like, man, even 10 years ago, this would have been way harder, you know, but because of technology improvement, like we're still able to connect and be socially together, though physically distant. So,
absolutely.
yeah. So tell me a little bit about what NAMI does and what you guys are doing as far as, I know you do a lot of groups and stuff that people can access during this time.
Yeah, so NAMI is a peer-led organization. So all of our support groups and education programs are from a peer perspective, meaning that we have individuals living with mental illness that are teaching or facilitating, or we have family members that are living or have a loved one with mental illness that are taking that role. So I think that peer component is pretty important, that ability to connect with others and really feel like you get it, or you really understand where I'm coming from because you've also lived through this. So that's one thing that sets NAMI apart, which I think is really valuable. But yes, so we typically have support groups, we have classes. We have had to shift gears because everything that we've ever provided has been in person and in a group setting. So we've really taken this time to be able to shift as quickly as we can to be able to give the folks the support that they need. So as of right now, we have our virtual support groups up and running. And on our website, there's a full schedule, www.namicoloradosprings.org. So one thing that I wanted to know, our basic support group is for parents with kiddos that either have a mental health diagnosis or they may be struggling with some behavioral challenges. So that is occurring every Monday night from 7 to 8:30 p.m. So again, we're starting with the support groups. We have those up and running, and we are looking at ways to collaborate with other mental health providers, Aspen Point, PQ Behavioral Health, and also Silver Key, just to be able to look at how can we work together to make sure folks are getting the support that they need.
Yeah,
So,
that's really beautiful. Thank you for offering that. So if they just go on your website, they can see the list, and then are these like free support groups, or what does that look like?
Yep, all of our groups, all of our classes are always free, so no one needs to worry about figuring out insurance or anything like that. So yes, our website is the best way to be able to get connected and stay informed with the support groups that we're currently having. And also one thing that we have been working on is just developing a resource list for folks to be able to look at on our website. There's a little tab specifically for COVID-19. So being able to click that, just resources for meditation, self-care, how am I dealing with my anxiety during this time? So just a lot of good resources, as well as just being able to check up to date who is doing what in our community, because we aren't alone in shifting gears. There's been a lot of people that have really adapted so swiftly into addressing the need and getting folks the support that they really do need. So definitely check out our website for additional support. And our social media, we have our Facebook up and running with updates, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff is staying pretty current. So
that's awesome. Thank you guys for doing that. We'll put that in connection with this video so it's easy to access. So
perfect.
So you mentioned, so what would you say is like, I don't know, what am I trying to say? What would be like one of the most important reasons to like join a support group during this time, or why do you think it would be important to do that?
Yeah, so some things that we found just even in our current ability to start the support groups is that need for connection. So a lot of folks right now may be feeling lonely and really struggling with the isolation with that mandated stay-at-home order. So just being able to give folks that space that is safe and comforting, and also to recognize that you aren't alone. So a lot of folks right now, it's a stressful time, it's a challenging time, and that ability to cope we don't want folks to be alone. So I think that ability to know that support is out there and that it's likely that there are folks that are feeling the same way as you. So giving them that space to know that they aren't alone and to give them the support that they need, even if it is in a different setting, even if it is in this virtual space. I know it's different than having an in-person support group, but just being able to be open to trying a new way to connect and be able to be with others. So that's why we started those virtual support groups as quickly as possible.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. And I think, yeah, just hitting on like, it's okay to like not be okay. And it's okay to know that you're not alone. Like there's so many people right now that are navigating all this uncertainty. So if we can create healthy spaces with people with lived experience to have these conversations, I think, yeah, so beautiful and so important for our mental health.
I agree.
Yeah. So what are you, as we kind of wrap up this conversation, what have been some helpful like self-care? You mentioned that. What's been helpful for you as it relates to self-care that might be beneficial to others?
Yeah, so for me, it's been really important to just have some sort of routine. So making sure I have some sort of structure throughout my day. And again, having that self-awareness and checking in and how I'm doing throughout the day. One thing that I have noticed that I didn't realize would be a challenge is sitting at the computer all day long, doing Zoom meetings or any virtual meetings just back to back, getting headaches and being able to just stay in one spot. I wasn't really aware that that would affect me as it has. So being able to check in, give yourself quick breaks to get up and stretch, walk around a little bit, even if it's just around your house, you know. So that ability to make sure that you are doing what you need. And I think for me, just giving myself grace. So like everyone else, this is traumatic and this is a lot to take in. And so I think for a lot of us, this has been so fast paced. So giving myself the permission to just be quiet for 5 minutes, or giving myself permission to just take 10 minutes out of my day to just sit in the sunshine. So I think that ability to just be present and take time for me is important. I know a lot of folks say, well, that's being selfish. I don't think it's selfish at all. I think we need to do whatever we can to take care of ourselves and to heal. So yeah, that's been helpful for me.
Great. Thanks so much for sharing. I know, yeah, finding that rhythm and routine for me has been helpful as well. So just one last thing. So you mentioned like checking in with yourself. What does that look like? Is that like, hey, pausing for a moment? Yeah, like what does that look like? Check in with yourself.
Yeah, I think for me, just having that quick little scan of what am I feeling? Am I getting exhausted, or what is happening to me physically or even emotionally? So throughout the day, kind of having that quick moment of, okay, let's see where I'm at, see what I'm experiencing and feeling. And from there, do I need to take a break? Do I need to do something? Even just taking a quick drink of water. Is my throat getting all icky because I haven't had a drink? So I think just having that moment to pause. It doesn't have to be technical by any means. I think just being able to have that moment to just say, how am I doing? I think we're so good about asking how everyone else is doing, but we never truly ask, how are we? So I think having that ability to just focus on, how am I doing and am I okay? So
yeah, that's beautiful. Thanks so much, Emily, for sharing. Thank you for all the work that you're doing with NAMI and just your guys' quickness and flexibility to get as much done online so that our community and ourselves can be, so we can check in with each other and be a part of a supportive community. So thank you so much for what you're doing. Appreciate your time. And yeah, we're going to link everything to NAMI on this video or at the end so that you can see it, reach out to the resources, and then really utilize just that, even if it's that self-check-in or taking 5 minutes to be in the sunshine, like whatever we can do that's helpful for us, that will help us in this time of uncertainty and anxiety and fear. Let's do that and care for each other. So thank you, Emily, so much for your time. And we just really appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you so much for having me, you guys. Take care.